afternoon, students. In previous class, we had studied the plant body. Okay, in this class, we are going to study the development of the plant body. Okay, the development of the plant body is a cyclic process. This cyclic process begins from the development of the seed. Okay, the seed represent resting plant body which is in dehydrated state, capable of surviving adverse condition in the surrounding atmosphere. So here the seed is a resting plant body. The seed contains the whole plant body, and this is known as the resting plant body. In the seed is present in dehydrated form, means in dried form. In dried form, the uh, seeds are present, and in dried state, the seeds are capable for survive. They can live for very long time in various climatic conditions or various adverse conditions. Seeds develop from ovule in the ovary. So here the seeds are developed from ovule in the ovary. In flower there are ovaries are there. So in flower ovaries are present. So in ovaries, here in plant, here this in this plant the ovaries are present. So in this plant ovaries are present. Ovaries are present and seeds develop from the ovule. Okay, during development of the seed during development of seed, rudimentary plant in the form of embryo develops. An embryo consists of an axis with one or more cotyledon. At one of the end of embryonic axis is present plumule, which will form the shoot system, that is stem, leaves and flowers. So here you can see the plumule produces the stem, leaves and flowers in adult plant, and other in the axis the radicle is present, which will develop into root system in adult plant. The embryo in monocot, so we'll see the embryo in monocot shows the single cotyledon, while in dicot the shows two cotyledon. So we can see here this is what this is what the plant. Okay, so here in plant this upper surface shows the various branches, leaves, nodes, internodes, flowers, fruits, lateral buds, leaves. Okay, and in root system we can see the roots. Okay, so then in dicot plant we can see the single cotyledon, and in monocot seed we can see the dicotyledon, means two cotyledon. In monocot we can see the single cotyledon, and in dicot we can see the two cotyledons. Okay, and in monocot first we'll see the dicot characters. So dicot, this is the more primitive than monocot. Embryo has two cotyledon. So dicot is having a embryo with two cotyledon. Suppose this is one cotyledon and this is one, and this is the second cotyledon. Floral parts in 4s or 5s or multiply of 4s and 5s. Means the floral parts, like floral parts means what? The petals, okay, petals and sepals. So sepals and petals are 4 in number or 5 in number or multiple of 4 or multiple of 5. So these are what? The floral part. Okay, then next, these are mostly woody. So this is the most important character of dicot plant. This is the mostly woody. Woody means what? These are hard in nature, and some herbaceous stems. Um, in dicot, mostly woody plants are there, and some are herbaceous stems. Herbaceous means the weak stems are present. And then next, oval or palmate leaves with net like venation. So here the leaves are like oval in shape, like this, or palmately in shape, and it's having the net like venation, like this type of venation. And this venation is known as the reticulate venation. This type of venation is known as the reticulate venation. And these are what the characters of the dicot plant. Then next we'll see the characters of monocot plant. Characters of monocot plant. So monocot are more advanced by the dicot. Monocot, these are what? The most advanced by the dicot. Embryo has one cotyledon. It's having the cotyledon. It's having the embryo with one cotyledon. Okay, the floral parts in 3s or multiple of 3s. Okay, so it's having the petals and sepals are in 3s. It means 3 in number. So like this, these are 3 in number, or multiple of 3 means like this. Sepals and petals are 3 or multiple of 3, like 3, 6, 9, like that. Okay, so then next, usually herbaceous, soft and green stems. So whenever you can see in the monocot plant, these are herbaceous and these are soft, means these plants are weak plants. Okay, in dicot we have seen the stem is hard, and these are woody. But in monocot, this is green stem, means these are soft. Okay, and here the narrow shaped leaves with parallel venation. So here what? Narrow shaped leaves are present, like this. Narrow shape means leaves are not broad, these are narrow shape leaves are present, and leaves are with parallel venation is like this. And this type of venation is known as the parallel venation. For example is banana, coconut. These are what? The parallel venation. Okay, the next one is under appropriate condition the seed germinate, and the embryo begins the growth and development. During initial stage, the radicle grows, enlarges and come out by rupturing the seed coat. These essential step, as the developing juvenile plant requires contact with water and nutrient for further growth and development. After sufficient growth of the radicle, the plumule grows in some seeds. During the growth of the plumule, first hypocotyl region elongates, exhibiting germination, while in some seed, epicotyl shows excessive elongation, exhibiting hypogel germination. So here the development of juvenile plant means the young plant, means the seedling stage plant. And once the embryo establishes itself in soil in the form of a seedling, new cells and organs are produced by differentiation and development process. The new cells are produced by the active cell divisions and enlargement of newly produced cells in specific regions. These are called as meristem. So here you can see the meristem. So here you can see, so here you can see the meristematic cells. Okay, here here you can see the meristematic cells. Here also you can see the meristematic cells. Okay, meristematic cell, the shoot apical meristem, SAM. This is also known as the SAM. So that is what shoot apical meristem, shoot apical meristem, shoot apical meristem. This is known as SAM, 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 SAM. Okay, and the next one is root apical meristem, root apical meristem. This is known as RAM. So we can remember is like RAM and SAM. Okay, this SAM carries out two principal functions to form primordia that gives rise to lateral organs. Now, and second function is to perpetuate itself, to remain in the form of original embryonic cell by maintaining the small population of undifferentiated dividing cells. The SAM contains small number of dividing cells that gives rise to all other tissues in primary shoot, including stem, leaves, branches, and flowers. Okay, so here the SAM contains a small number of dividing cells that gives rise to all other tissues in primary shoot, including stem, leaves, branches, and flowers. With each cell division, one of the two daughter cells in left behind to elongate and differentiate it, while other daughter cells remains in the meristem to undergo further cell division. Okay, so here you can see this part is the SAM part. Okay, SAM part means the shoot apical meristem, and here this part is the RAM part. RAM part means the root apical meristem. So here the meristematic cells means what? The meristematic cells means the cells which have the power of cell division, which have the frequently power of cell division. So this is known as the meristematic cells. Okay, so here this is present in apical shoot, apical regions of the shoot and apical region of root. Okay, then next one is the shoot apical meristem is generally divided into two zones. Okay, and the shoot apical meristem is generally divided into two zones. That is, the outer zone is tunica and the outer zone. So here you can see here. I'm sorry. So here you can see this is the outer region. This is the outer region or outer zone of the SAM, and this outer zone is known as the tunica. This outer region is known as tunica, tunica, and the inner layer is known as corpus. inner layer is known as corpus layer. Okay, and these are what the tunica and carpus. The tunica may be composed of one to several layers of the uh, cells. mm, the cells in tunica region divide in a plane of perpendicular or anticlinal to the surface of the meristem. And the tunica gives rise to outer layers of the plant body, the epidermis. Okay, so this tunica layer gives rise to outer layers to the plant body, that is the epidermal layer of the shoot. And the corpus, on the other hand, divides more randomly and in both anticlinal and periclinal division, thereby giving rise to the bulk of the internal tissues of the stem and leaves. So it gives the corpus layer is gives the internal tissues of the leaves and stems. The development of the shoots axis proceed through the combination of cell division and enlargement of the cell produced by a division in apical meristem, that is the SAM. The developing shoot axis shows the definite nodal region at which the leaf primordia or leaves are produced, and the internal regions, that is the region between the two successive leaf nodes. The final length or height of the shoot axis is determined by the rate and extent to which internodes elongate. This process is genetically controlled through hormonal action. The leaf primordia arises as a small outgrowth or protrusions on sides or surface of the meristematic region. So here you can see this region. This is what the small outgrowths or sorry these regions are small outgrowth, and these are known as the leaf primordia. These are what the leaf primordia, and these leaf primordia are meristematic region. They develop due to increased cell division in both the part of the apical region, and these are developed due to increased cell division. So here in this region and in this region, the cell division gets increases, and the apical region get appear. The tunica and in the tunica and the corpus, the initial of the leaf primordia occurs in a definite orderly sequence which is species specific. This orderly sequence determines the arrangement or phyllotaxy of leaves. So here the sequence or arrangement of the stem, leaves and stem and leaves axis, this is known as the phyllotaxy. Okay, the primordium grows into a leaf. As a leaf primordium grows, a small group of meristematic cells remains trapped in the region of contact of leaf with stem. This region is called as leaf axis. So this region is known as leaf axis. This region is known as the leaf axis. And the next this meristematic cell in leaf axis gives rise to axillary bud or future branch. This maintains its own apical meristem as per the requirement during growth process. This axillary bud develops into a vegetative branch or a reproductive branch with the activities of the meristem. Okay, the cells and tissues derived from the apical meristem together form a primary body of the plant. After some definite amount of primary growth, secondary tissues are added in the plant body due to activities of secondary meristem, such as a vascular cambium and cork cambium. These secondary tissues forms the secondary plant body. So this is about what the SAM. And then next one is the RAM. So RAM, it is what the root apical meristem, and this root apical meristem is structurally less complex than the shoot apical meristem. Here you can see the root apical meristem means the root region consists of only roots, but in shoot region there are so many branches, so many flowers, fruits, leaves are present. So this is less complex than the shoot meristem. Okay. A ram is not responsible for production of branches in root system. The branches in root system arise endogenously from pericycle region surrounding the vascular region. The tip of the root is covered by root cap. So here you can see the the apical region or root tip. So this is the root tip. The root tip, this region, okay, this region is the root tip, and this root tip is covered by this root cap. Okay, this root cap. Which protects the root apical meristem as root growth through the hard soil particles. In addition to protection, root cap secretes mucilaginous substance. This is called as mucilage. So for the protection of this root cap, for protection of this root tip, this root cap produces the mucilage, and this mucilage means what? The sticky substance or sticky substance, or the this is the what this is what the mucilage substance provides the lubrication. It provides the lubrication to the root tip when it moves forward in the soil. When root can moves forward, means moves inside the soil, that it gives the lubrication to the root tips. The root apical meristem lies immediately below the root cap. This region shows in the center zone of slowly dividing cells called as quiescent zone. So here you can see the various types of zones are there. So here slowly dividing cells, here the slowly dividing cells, this is known as the quiescent zone. On the other side of the region or the peripheral region are present relatively fast dividing cells. So here in at the tip region, the cell gets divided fastly or rapidly divided. The cells division in RAM are responsible for elongation of root, new tissues in the root system, and regeneration of the root cap. The division occur in the periphery. In the zone of fast dividing cell, differentiation of vascular tissue begins soon after the cell are produced by the root apical meristem. In root system, the primordia or bursts of laterals originate in pericycle, a ring of meristematic cells present in the region just inside the endodermis of the primary root. After some definite amount of vegetative growth, when a plant attains the stage of maturity, induction of flowering occurs and the flower develops on the stem. The development of flower is one of the most important process of morphogenesis. Due to this morphogenesis, vegetative growth stage is converted to reproductive stage. After successful pollination and fertilization, ovule in the ovary region of the flower are converted into seeds. The production of food with viable fertile seed is the final stage in the development cycle. The development cycle of the plant body ends at this stage. The seeds represent new individual, and with their germination, new development cycle in individual begins. In this case of annual herbaceous plant, with the production of seeds, development of the plant as well as life cycle both are completed. In case of perennial plants, one development cycle ends and new cycle begins in every year to maintain the continuity in the development process for many years. So this is about the plant development. So here in plant development we have seen the development of a plant in dicot, monocot, and that is the salmon salmon ram. So here you can see the sam. So here the zones are there: cellular zone of cellular division, zone of cellular elongation, zone of cellular maturation. So these are the section. So this is what the longitudinal section, and this here you can see the vascular tissue, ground tissue, and epidermal tissues. Vascular tissues, ground tissues, and epidermal tissues. Epidermal, this is the outermost layer. Ground tissue in between the vascular tissue and epidermal tissue, this is the ground tissues and vascular tissues. And the next one, and this region it shows the apical meristem. This is what the apical meristem, and this apical meristem is covered with the root cap. So this is apical meristem, and this is covered by root cap cells, and this root cap cell is mucilaginous generated because of lubrication, or because of growth towards the growth towards the soil region. And here in this region the fast dividing cells are present, and in this region the slow dividing region is present. So this is about today's class, and thank you.